Well, the new 2024 St. Jude Dream Home is being framed in Perrysburg. The home is valued at about $500,000. And once again this year, it's a zero-cost build.
Yes, and our chief photojournalist Paul Kwapik, as well as chief meteorologist Chris Vickers, are going to give us a sneak peek at the new home.
I guess the reason Buckeye does this year in and year out is just a community effort. So it's our chance to give back a little bit to the community, rally our troops around it. And again, each year we're going to send that check to St. Jude and help those families in need and ultimately help the research that is happening down there to eradicate this terrible disease of childhood cancer.
I think it's a great way to give back, and you know, the struggle that the kids have with fighting cancer is terrible, and you know, anything that we can do to help give back to make that easier and to help find a cure is something that we full-heartedly support and want to continue to do.
We got about 2,250 square feet, 3 bedrooms, a dynamite kitchen again, and just, you know, the great finishes, and it's going to be beautiful again. We got a big deal in the basement here, and the golfers will love it. So we did a golf simulator in the basement, donated by Tom Dwyer with Ace Golf Simulators, and we're excited to show that off. And what a cool feature to be able to walk down your basement and play a little golf every night.
It's going to be a brand new 2024 bright red Civic, and we should have it here within a week.
We're all involved with it at 84, all the way up my corporate ladder. It's important, we do this in other cities too. We support St. Jude, and in Toledo it has a little bit of a different taste because of Danny Thomas and you know, the whole Thomas family at St. Jude, being from Toledo.
You know, Buckeye supports the build every year because we want to stand behind the families that are affected so devastatingly when their children gets that terrible diagnosis of cancer, and we just feel like it's part of our mission to be involved in this great build.
I think that if there's just an opportunity for us to come together and come up with a solution or a cure or part of a cure or a medicine or help just one of those little guys down there in the hospital, we could be difference makers, just doing a house.
Now we have our chief meteorologist, Chris Vickers. You are a St. Jude ambassador. So, you know, when it comes to this campaign, it's very special, very near and dear. Like, how exciting is this to be, you know, we're back at it again?
It is one of the most exciting, fulfilling things that I get to do, and really just an honor to help lead it in this community. And we really couldn't do it without this community. So happy to announce that it takes over 70 community partners to come together to make sure that this is a zero-cost build, which means it's all people in our community, people that may be your neighbors or your family members, that say, hey, we want to be part of something that's bigger than us, and let's come together to build a home valued at $500,000, and we give it away, and it's a zero-cost build.
Yeah, well, you got the labor, of course, and all these companies, roofing companies and carpenters, and everybody's donating their time, but also they're donating product, which is not cheap either.
Right, and even with the ups and downs, 84 Lumber, for example, they were out there each and every year. They come back and they say, you know what, it doesn't matter what the cost is. We're going to be donating. We're back every year. Mike White physically just has to pick up the phone, make the phone call to these people, and they're saying, of course we're in again this year. We want to be part of something that's bigger and better.
And the hope is here to eradicate childhood cancer. Now, when my stepson had cancer in about 2002, 2003, and he survived, he's fine, he's great. But at that time, they said, you know what, if this was 20 years ago, but we've come so far since then. And talk about St. Jude and what they do.
Yeah. Well, it really is because of St. Jude, because they do the research. They are the ones that are behind so much of this research, that they not only conduct the world-class research, but then they go ahead and openly and freely share it. So it goes out to all the community hospitals all over the country, but all over the world as well, with the goal, going back to Danny Thomas, it was his goal of saying, we want to see that no child dies in the dawn of life. We want to eradicate cancer, other childhood catastrophic diseases, and we're only going to do it through research, but we're going to go one step further. We're going to go ahead and do that research and then freely share it.
Talk about the procedure now, so we'll start selling the tickets again. Talk about all that. When's that going to start?
So do you have your cell phone right now? Go ahead and open up your calendar.
There it is.
It is May 9th, your first opportunity to get a ticket. Now, we have gone ahead and sold out every single year. We call it the hottest ticket in town.
Yeah.
The only ticket that's going to support St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And if you don't get yours early, we will sell out this year. We're going to raise record amounts this year. One of the fastest and largest growing St. Jude Dream Homes in the entire country. And it is only possible because this community, really, it started with Danny Thomas's generosity right here in Toledo, our hometown hero. We couldn't do it without that spirit of generosity that he has given to this community.
And just being a part of this, again, how does it feel, again, to know, because like you said, we've sold out every year, and you know we're going to do it again.
It feels amazing, but to know that I've been down to the hospital now over half dozen times. I've sat with the children and with the families, and I've seen the pain and the suffering that parents have gone through, and just to know that we're going to get to a day where that doesn't exist anymore, because as Dan said, the numbers, the progress we've made, there's been types of cancer that are nearly curable, and it's due to the fact that they do that research and they openly share it at St. Jude. And what's really unique about it, they do it right there on campus. They take it from the research towers and they take it right down the elevator up to the hospital, right into the room where the children are being treated right now. So they administer the treatment there, but then they go ahead and share it all across the world. They've got a brand new, beautiful research tower, $460 million tower that does research 24/7. The lights never go off in this tower because they're working that hard to defeat childhood cancer.
You're quite the ambassador. Congratulations.
Couldn't imagine not doing it. It's a wonderful program, and it's all supported by this community. So really, this community really jumps through hoops to make this happen each and every year.
Chris, thanks so much.
Thank you, truly.